Stand by. I think we got the 124 scale Yetis. Not Yetis. The 124 scale AX24 crawlers today.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they got rear steer already in them.
Mm.
And it's a twin plate. It's a twin plate instead of a the standard crawling chassis.
Yeah.
So it kind of reverts back to the original AX10 that came out a long time ago. Kind of that same deal. So I'm interested to see how they work. I bet you they work really, really good on our course. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. We also got in sticky kicks today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were supposed to get it. So I ordered it like 2 weeks ago because we were out. We were completely out of TDK, and we were almost sold out of Baja. And then I've been getting asked to get sticky kicks in. I'm like, all right, fine. So I ordered the initial like bundle that you get, and it was sent by U.S. mail. And to be honest with you, I never check our mail because I'm hardly ever there to do so. So usually our mail gets checked by Tim or Jeff, and I texted him today, and I'm like, hey, do you have tracking or anything for this? Because it's not here yet. Well, it was sitting in our mailbox for like a week.
Oh, did it get ruined?
No, it's just nobody checked it. Nobody checked our mail for a week.
Was it frozen?
No. Nope. So it's fine. It's out now. It's all tagged, ready to go.
Yeah.
So I think we got in purple, cherry, and gold. I think there was like a whole bunch of different flavors, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So we got that now. Plus we got our TDK back in. That funny story. When we opened up the box of TDK, it was completely solid.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, you can't use that stuff during the winter. Like, it doesn't work right because it gets so cold.
Yeah.
Like, it's on your tires. It's essentially, like, frozen on your tires.
Yeah. It took 3 days for it to revert back to liquid form on the shelf.
Yeah.
I noticed. So, thought that was pretty funny. So, we're all stocked up there. I checked on fuel today. I think we're still doing pretty good on fuel. I don't know. Techno Series is coming up in a couple weeks, so got to make sure we have everything ready to go. We're everybody's out of tires again.
Really?
Yeah. So luckily, this guy ordered said yes to all of our back orders over the summer. So all the back orders I put in from last year's Techno Series over the summertime, as those tires became available, I was just like, yes, just get them in. So we had at one point like 120 pairs of gold dirt web or gold ellipses in stock at the start of the year, and we're down to like 30.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we still have some. Hopefully we can get a reorder in by the finals, because I think after this next Techno Series we're going to be running kind of thin. We did sell a lot of Truggy tires too. It's kind of been an even mix. We've had guys buying the Raw Speed clay tires for Truggy. And then the pre-mounted AK Scribbles sell really well, and they seem to be available. So I've been ordering up on those as the J Concept stuff's been dwindling down, and it's all on back order. So hopefully, I don't mind getting down. You know, I'd rather sell it than have it all be falling behind, you know.
Right.
But I also want to be able to get it back in when I need to.
Well, at least you thought ahead when you had demand that you're able to sell them, because there'd be people probably just buying tires like just to have them.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened last year. I did the same thing with carpet tires, but we are actually out of we're not out of fuzz bites. We're out of pre-mounted fuzz bites.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny because guys will come up and they'll be like, dude, when are you going to get fuzz bites back in? I'm like, we've got fuzz bites up there. What are you talking about? They're like, oh, I want the pre-mounted ones. I'm like, dude, just buy your tires and glue them this time. Like, you know, it's fine.
I've never bought pre-mounted tires before. They never had them. Well, not that I know of. What?
Well, we're not supposed to, as J Concepts drivers. We're not supposed to order them. Well, even if we did order them, we wouldn't get them sent.
Yeah.
But they
well,
are.
I mean, like
they are awfully convenient, though.
I mean, back in my privateer days.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But I will say for carpet racing, especially, it sure is convenient to just go up there and buy a set of pre-mounts and just lug them on there and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You do have to reglue them though.
Oh, really?
Sometimes they'll half of them will kind of come off.
Huh.
It's just hard. It's just the carpet's hard on the beads of tires. When you glue them yourself, you got to do the same thing.
Yeah. Carpet tires are probably the hardest tires to glue anyway.
Definitely. Do you know why I think that is? This is why I think that is. I think because the tire itself is so hard, right? The compound, that it doesn't often make contact with the wheel.
Oh, I thought it was so hard it didn't absorb the glue.
Well, that could be it too. I know that when I've had regular rubber tires come off, a lot of times, for instance, it was when, let's say, all right, well, like the old, I'm trying to think of a tire that I was using. I think Double D's, right? Double D's on Low C wheels. So Low C brand wheels, Double D tires. They didn't necessarily fit quite right in the Low C wheel. Like the Low C wheel had like an extra big channel for the tire. So I remember one time I was at the Clash in 2011, I think, in Coral Springs. And I had tires coming off, and I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? So I walked over to Jason. He looked at me and goes, well, your bead's not making contact with the wheel. You're just putting glue in an empty space because you're using these Low C wheels. So I got a set of J Concepts wheels. They fit tighter, glued better. And I have a feeling that's, in my opinion, I think that could be what happens sometimes with the tires. So what I've been doing is when I set my tires up, like you almost got to pull on them a little bit and make sure that the front part of the bead is actually hitting the wheel.
Yeah.
And they're super hard rubber. So your glue probably isn't absorbing like you're saying too.
Yeah, it's probably a couple of things going on.
Combination of both.
I
don't know. Sometimes I'm right on things. That's what I think.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah. No, you were right.
You know what? The only one good thing about wintertime is that you can leave, if you want them cold, you can leave drinks in the back of your pickup truck and then drive somewhere, and then they're cold.
Yeah. You sure can.
Are we going to talk about Emerson?
We can, yeah.
Should we? I don't think we should.
Okay, then we shouldn't.
Nah, I don't want to.
Okay, then we won't.
Sure is weird, though.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. It is kind of weird.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Me neither.
People watching would be like, what is he talking about?
What the heck are these? Why are these guys being so cryptic?
My son went on a date on Friday.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. I thought it was the rash or something.
The rash? No. Where'd he get that rash from?
Man,
I don't know if I'm ready for that. I honestly don't know if I'm ready for that. It kind of weirds me out.
That's it? Why?
Well, because when he had a girlfriend when he was 8, you weren't going to have any babies out of nowhere.
Oh,
and now he's 16, and definitely don't want that to happen right now.
Yeah.
And you know, we've had to talk and all that stuff. He's gonna be pissed I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's all right.
That's okay. Here's the thing.
Maybe he's watching it with his girlfriend right now.
No, he's not. He's at work.
Maybe she's there.
I did get to meet her, so that was fun. I kind of told her, I'm like, hey, I'm not supposed to like say much or anything because I don't want. I was told not to make it weird, so I was having fun with it.
Yeah, and then you made it weird.
I was surprised he let us meet her because he is so self-conscious about me and Gretchen.
Yeah,
making making stuff weird.
Yeah.
You know? Like I drop him off at school. He'll make me turn my radio down. You know, just to not draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I don't know. This is kind of weird.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's fine though. I mean, it's fine. The thing is, this is the thing. I didn't really go out with anybody till after high school, me personally. There was one girl that I guess we weren't exclusive or anything, but we went out on a date, I guess. My senior year would have been my senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so weird and it was awkward because I was so I don't know what the word is. I would not going to say shy, but like I had a hard time expressing myself to the opposite sex for a while.
Sure.
Gretchen kind of changed that.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't matter. Now I don't give a shit because, like, you know, I'm married, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Some woman out there goes, that guy's a pig. I'm like, I don't care. My wife likes me, so screw you. Anyways, that's what's weird about it for me is like that didn't happen to me at 16. Like I was not cool in any way, shape, or form.
Was it last Friday? Aaron and I went to Applebee's at the mall, like really, really classy style, and I got the all-you-can-eat. They had like boneless wings, shrimp, and riblets for like $15. It's like I like three or four plates of like I just went to each one and just kept coming back around. And like I think that there's like this group of college kids that was like looking at me and like look at that guy eating over there. And I was like, I don't care, I'm married.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went with my sister and my nephew, and I said, I think that those college kids were like laughing at me or something, and my sister was like, oh, they're probably like, look at how much that guy's enjoying his food.
Dude, I walked in here today. And I had a little piece of I had some fried chicken from Cubby's on the way here because I was starving, and it was like $4. And I had a little piece of
Did you haggle?
No, but I had a little piece of chicken skin, like right here in my beard. I walked in here and I'm talking to my sister, and I go, I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, and I walk in, I look at the mirror, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, there's like a thing of stuff right there. Nobody told me. What the heck?
That's just the crumbs you normally have in your beard, so I wouldn't have questioned it.
Man. I hate that. That's one thing about this that does it attracts crumbs. I got to watch that every once in a while. Depending on what I eat.
It attracts more than crumbs. But... yeah.
We haven't started the show yet.
Oh, we haven't? Are we live?
No. Yeah, we're live. We just been chatting.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
I haven't seen you in like a month.
I know.
In person. Weird. It is weird.
I'll be up there on Sunday.
Next Sunday? Or is it this Sunday or next Sunday? It's this Sunday.
This Sunday.
Oh, crap. Is it really?
Yeah, why?
Just more work for me.
Yeah.
Track was pretty good last time, though. It's going to be warm. When I say warm, it's going to be 30.
No, it's supposed to be 50.
Is it? On Sunday?
Yeah, it's like 48 or
Oh,
something.
I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah.
Might get my scooter out again.
Ooh. Yeah. I was gonna try to race Jensen on Saturday, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay, real quick. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I think there was what did I see on the live stream here? 23 watching right now. That's pretty cool. This is Alex Sturgeon, Hobbytown Hobbyplex manager and race director, and we are here for the Hobbyplex show podcast. With me as always,
Will Brinton.
And today we're going to talk about we got some new stuff at the Plex. We already chatted about the Axial AX24 showing up today, and we got some Sticky Kicks tire sauce now, and we're going to run down what Will did this weekend. He was the one that was really racing with his dirt oval cars. When towards the end, we'll kind of get back into race results from the Plex this weekend. If you're in the chat, you can drop us a super chat, and we'll interrupt the show and answer any question or comment that you have. Otherwise, we'll take all the comments and stuff at the end. We'll try to be quick about it. And then we also got to talk about the future of the show and what's going to go on maybe after this weekend. So we'll get to that too. And how important it is now for you guys to be Patreon members. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Super chats are great, but Patreon is a more steady and predictable source of income for the show, and we're pretty much going to need you now to help keep this show going at least once a month. But we'll talk to that more here in a little bit. We'll keep you in suspense for that one. So yeah, already chatted about that. We got in those Kyosho Bel Air 57 Chevys today.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
You know how Kyosho has their phaser line of touring car, and it's not like a performance car at all. It's just a very basic four-wheel drive sedan setup, but they put all these really cool bodies on them, and especially the vintage line. They're super detailed.
Yeah. And people buy them for to have a scale model.
Exactly. Yes. So I originally got those in when they first started coming out, mainly for the bodies, because people just come in. They might not even be into RC, but they'll see that, and then they'll be like, man, I really want that car because, my dad had one, or I had one, or I've always wanted to get one of those or something like that. And so they get the miniature version. And I think they've been doing so well that they've just been coming out with tons of bodies for those now. And this is the latest one. Got two of them in today. So thought that was pretty funny. You want to hear a funny story?
Sure. Yeah, I like stories.
So
I like stories.
So last year. Yeah. So last year, I got some product from Horizon Hobby to do some YouTube videos on. And we were trying to get Hobbytown to kind of use them as well. And one of the things that we were asked was to change where we do my unboxings, right? So I do all my unboxings. I like to do my unboxings just right in the front counter because the light's the best. The sound is pretty good. Plus, you got parts behind me. And I always feel like if I'm going on YouTube and I'm going to listen to some guy that I've never met before try to tell me how good or bad a car is, I at least want to trust that he might know what he's talking about.
Oh,
so I always thought that was kind of a good spot. Well, originally we were asked not to do that. So we did a few of those videos from inside the studio here. And it's a long ways for me to go, quite honestly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we tried it, and I prefer doing it that way. So I just was like, the heck with that. I'm going to go back to the way I'm doing it. It's not like I'm getting paid, So,
yeah.
So the last couple we've done from there. So I'm scrolling on Facebook, and the main Hobbytown corporate Facebook page has a post, and it says, check out this unboxing from the store in Virginia. And I'm like, okay. So I click on it. Guess where he's doing his unboxing at?
In front of all this stuff?
In front of all their parts counter stuff.
Huh.
Come on. That's fine. That's good. That's the way to do it. But then why ask me to move?
Yeah, I don't know. It was the home office that asked you that? They
Yeah.
probably had like 4 or 5 different people roll through employment there since somebody asked you to do it. So it's
No,
probably fine.
yeah. I just was like, I thought that was
This is
really,
the Hobbyplex show, not the Hobby Town
I just
show.
thought it was funny. I was like, well, son of a gun, look at that. And I watched the video. The guy did a great job. It was actually more refined than anything I would have done. They did like a voiceover effect in parts of it, which is cool. It's a little harder to do. I did that with the fire team video, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
the
other thing that I got asked was I was asked to wear an actual Hobbytown shirt, and so that's why I started doing that. I agree. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear. Yeah, I should be wearing my Hobbytown shirt when I do those. But I do like being in front of our parts counter. The light's better too.
Right.
It's bright and everything can see. So, anyways, just the Bel Air car made me think about it because it was they got theirs before we got ours by like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, totally hilarious. Sorry, I got us off track. There. Okay, so tell us what you were doing. How did your dirt oval go?
It went pretty well. I raced at Jensen RC in Aurora, Nebraska. It's a small little oval, but they make the most of it. You know, I had a great time. I showed up. I'd practiced there once before, but had never raced there. And I showed up and I was running like 3.8, 3.7 second laps really consistently. And I was like, this thing, like either the track kind of needs to come to my car or I kind of need to come to the track a little bit or meet in the middle. And I ran the first qualifier, I ran 3.7s. And I was like, man, this thing just doesn't have the drive it needs off corners, you know? And so I took my diff out of my car. I'm running a gear diff. And I went from 5,000 weight oil to 7,000 weight oil. And that kind of tightened it up a little bit, or at least made it so it didn't feel so over rotaty and dumpy. And I moved some ball studs around and I ended up just putting like an older set of tires on, like they're still gold dirt webs and ellipses. But I went with an older set, and they had way more traction for the second one. I won the first heat, and then I won my second heat too, and I was the only one to win both their heats. And I went faster in the second heat, but I still don't think the track was quite there for the main. I ended up in like a 3.6, I think.
Are they using live time?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you could look it up. Are you gonna look it up while I'm talking?
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, I ran like 3.6 in the second qualifier or the second heat because it's a heat race and it's all heads up. So really, like the lap times and nothing like really matters. Like you're actually racing every time.
Yeah.
Not like we do with off road where you you're on your own clock.
Yeah.
So I ended up Brandon Highshoe loaned me a set of springs for the rear of my car. I went from I had what do I have on there? I had associated orange V2 orange springs on the back of it, which is like a 5.1 pound spring. And I just felt like it was kind of dumpy feeling, like not pushing the tire into the track hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran custom work springs on the front. Well, I ended up going to these like quasi speed ones, and they're all black, and they're 6 pound. So I was running 6 pound all the way around for the main, and I ended up putting like they had a little bit of a practice in between the second qualifier and the main. Yeah. And I have like 2 sets of shocks for my car. I have like one set of shocks, they're like my tried and true, like kind of always work. And I have like a set of test shocks. And I threw my other shocks on. I was like, I don't know if this is any faster, but it's a lot easier to drive and it definitely holds the corner better.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I could drive this all day. So I put those shocks on my car. I told Brandon Highshoe what I did, and he was like, well, I'm going to try it too. So we ended up drilling out a set of pistons for him for his car, and he ran them too. and he said they're way better. And I ended up on pole position, and I won. And I got down to a 3.4 second lap in the main.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had hot lap too. So I just kind of changed my car a little bit. I made like one change like that I didn't like. I moved this inner front ball stud down, and it was just like too much steering center off. It was kind of like over rotating. So I ended up raising that back up to where it is now. And that was like the only change I really made other than the shocks and my diff oil. And it was just like, it was really, it was at the end of the main, like my car was getting pretty loose. Like I almost looped it out a couple of times. Like you could ask Tim Marks. He was like, there's a couple of times I thought you were going to lose it. Like I was turning right coming out of the corner completely. My car was like sideways. And, I ended up winning, and Brandon and I think that we were on the same lap. So
yeah, where's it at?
Because like with oval, once I go across the start finish line, the race is over.
Yeah,
so
you got 50 laps in 3 minutes 12 seconds. He got 49 laps in 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good race, like for that long. Like 50 laps is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt faster at the Plex. Like it went by faster at the Plex. But I don't know why. I think it might have been because my car was easier to drive at the Plex.
Yeah.
On slicks.
Yeah.
But I really like this setup. I really didn't change it a whole lot since I ran it at the Plex. So I'm probably just gonna run this on Sunday, when we race on Sunday. So yeah, I really didn't change anything. I moved my wing one hole. Like I didn't do a whole lot. But like since I'd raced it the last time, I went through my car. I put all titanium screws on it. I put the new J Concepts 3.5 millimeter turnbuckles on it, and the new associated ball cups. All the titanium ball studs. Polished everything, like all the aluminum parts, even like those ones that are showing there, and like the front bulkhead. I polished all that stuff just so it looked nicer. Because the car I'm running is it's a converted original B6. Like it's not one of the newer cars. So, and it's not really offset a lot.
Yeah.
You can see it. Like it doesn't have a ton of offset. Oh, and I modified J Concepts battery mounts so I can quick change my battery, and mounted them in there so they float.
Yeah.
So like when I raced this thing last time, I kept having to tape my battery in.
Yeah.
So I just could charge my car. So now I got 2 batteries. I have 3. But, anyway, yeah. So that was pretty cool. I had a good time in there with those guys.
Yeah, it looked like a decent turnout. There's about 60 entries.
Yeah.
And
that's probably about like what we would get at the Plex.
Yeah.
Maybe a few less, but it's all right.
Sounds like Eric Larson's place went up in smoke today. So it's going to be, you got 2 months before we go to that Need for Speed race. So hopefully everything kind of gets put back and at least salvaged so that we can still have that Field of Dreams race.
Oh, I hope so.
It's 2 months. That's quite a bit of time for him to get it. I if he does cancel the race, I bet you we'll know probably by tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think so. I'd hope so. I hope we end up racing it. I took that day off work. Yeah. I guess I could always cancel it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Got some polish here.
Got some polish.
I never polished this aluminum block, so I'm gonna polish this.
Oh, nice. Well, did you know that I believe this is the last show sponsored by PivotLending.com?
That's what I heard.
You can find them at PivotLending.com. Make sure you mention our show one last time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if the thing's in effect now. I guess this is it. It was the end of January.
This is not sponsored.
This is not sponsored. Okay, there you go. See, I just got the call. So there, I don't have to worry about screwing anything up this time.
Yeah, you can go to Pivot if you want. You know.
You should go to Pivot. You should still.
You can if you want. You know, it's not required. Not like it used to be.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say thanks to
Yep, big
David
time.
Olson for sponsoring the show for as long as he did.
2 years. We were able to go back to back, week to week, for almost 2 years, and I honestly didn't expect it to last even that long. So it's not like
I'm surprised we made it a year.
Yeah, it's not like we're butthurt about it or anything like that. It's just times change, budgets change. So
yeah, but big thanks to David.
Yep.
Aiden Olson's dad.
Aiden's in college, and he's all buff now and fit and doing other stuff. He's still into RC, just not, he's in college. It's kind of like Ashton Abdul. Ashton kind of took a break away from RC so he could focus on school as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's it was a heck of a run. 2 years straight of week to week. Even when we didn't have much to talk about, we still did a show.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And they still paid for it.
Paid for it. So, so that being said, so basically what's going to happen from here on out is next week is our first Monday of the month, which we wouldn't have had a show anyways. And basically, if we're able to find more sponsors that can help pay for the show, then we'll try to come on more often. But right now we're looking at once a month.
We need like a local lawn business or something,
Yeah.
Like that would be, if you have a lawn business and you're into RC cars, let us know.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Like you'll get some exposure on here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, that being said, we're probably looking at once a month, and Patreon now is more important than ever. Because right now we are getting about $100 a month, and that'll help go towards paying for the show, because the show's not free. Yeah. The show could be free if we only did YouTube at my house.
Yeah.
But I wanted, when I first thought of doing this, I wanted to have something that I could highlight our local race results, stuff that we're getting at the Hobbyplex, and I wanted to highlight what you and me are doing, And I also wanted to be a true podcast. I wanted people to be able to take their phone and listen to it while they work, or listen to it while they're driving, or whatever. Because that's when I listen to like No Name, a lot of times it's me on the tractor at the track, and got my headphones on. I'm listening to that as I'm doing something, maintenance wise or whatever. So, so that's basically what's going down. It's not a huge deal. Like I said, we really appreciated David and Pivot being there for as long as they were, and we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. But it never, I never intended this to be every week when we first started. It was only going to be like once a month. So, I still personally plan on doing some interviews, just like one-on-one interviews for Patreon specials. Will, I would like you to do, if you can come up with one. It'd be cool to have you do one too, or it's not me, just you and whomever.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
We could set it up through here. The studio, the one of the reasons why it does cost, because like some podcasts is just a dude and he's got the Rodecaster and he just does it himself. But my sister's studio set up so nice, and Weberized is their company, and it just sounds good. And Richard does a great job of editing it. So that's kind of why it does cost instead of just being a free show. Because I certainly can't edit it, because, dude, like, I do the best I can with what I got, like, using my phone when I do videos and stuff. But, I mean, I don't have time for that, straight up. So that's why we got to pay for it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of is what it is.
High quality podcasts like this aren't free.
Yeah. And it's been fun to see Webrise grow. They have quite a few different shows now that use the facility and get it out there and use the talents of Richard and my sister Margie. So
yeah.
Plus, kind of gives me an excuse to come down here, see my sister.
Oh yeah. And support a local business.
But also excuse to see my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like if we do only stick to once a month or twice a month, just cut back, instead of doing it every week, except for that 1 week, that first Monday.
Yeah.
Riding down here on my scooter in the summertime is fun, but also kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because Omaha drivers are probably not unique to the world. Like every city has crappy drivers, but when you combine crappy drivers, a high potency of marijuana smell, and then also the potholes, it's an adventure every single Monday when I come down here.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no pun intended. That didn't even register. So yeah, so there you go. Anything you want to add?
No, not really. I already kind of said what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, with that, let's move on. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, pit lane. My new pit lane.
Yeah.
Dude.
I hear good things.
Dude. Jeff Pavel knocked this one out of the park again. Jeff Pavel he's kind of like our handyman when we need him. Like, he's replaced a couple of toilets without even us asking him. He was just like, this needs changed. And he just came and did it and then gave us the bill. But it wasn't like an extravagant bill. It was just like, here, I did this because you needed it. Just, it's kind of like with Matt Robinson. Matt Robinson does our lights.
Mm-hmm.
And, we kind of trade goods for services sort of thing.
Sure.
But Jeff built the dirt oval driver stand. And that turned out really nice. And then immediately the ramps for the dirt oval pit lane got messed up. So it would be nice to get those fixed. But anyways, that was me being cynical. Like when we got done with the pit lane, I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take for somebody to mess that up. Like, I wonder how long. Let's find out. But it's so solid. It would take something really drastically stupid, I think, to break pit lane for this one.
Oh, I hope so.
But anyways, so yeah, Jeff's done a lot for our store. Always does a lot. He built the tech area. I forgot about that. He built that really nice tech area that we get to go check our ride height on, and when we have big races and we actually have a tech guy, that's their spot. So he built that. That was really freaking awesome. And he was the original one who built the ramps for the carpet track back in the day.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job, other than the fact that they were super heavy. So they were great though. So now he's done our pit lane, and it's really awesome. So the pit lane, it's mostly made out of wood, but it's got a metal grate that we had to get special ordered and powder coated. And now that it's installed, so like it's wider, it's way wider than what it used to be, and it's lower, but it's not as low as it sounded. So I said 2 feet. It is 2 feet, but then you have the rail that you lean over. Basically, your pit guy, instead of your pit guy being like this, about shoulder high. You guys can't really see it, but that's fine. About shoulder high, they're actually gonna kind of bend over slightly to get the cars. But having it lower meant that the ramps coming up and down were less steep of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing's just going to be better. And it's going to be better when we do electric races. Be a lot better. So tomorrow, Tuesday, my work day, Tuesdays are set aside for me to work on the track as necessary until 4 p.m. And so tomorrow I'm going to be putting the dirt leading up to the ramps, make sure that we can get up and down without hitting anything. And I'm going to redo the rail. So way back in the day, Pat Volker brought those grippy, what do you call them? They're made out of rubber. They're grippy. So I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna reapply those to the rail.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then Jeff's not done yet. He had to order this black plasticky stuff to cover the front of pit lane, so it'll look really nice when it's all done. So you won't be able to see through it like you do now. So Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna look really sharp when it's completely done. The wall is done, but it's also, I do need to get in there and kind of redo the center of it. It's kind of bowing out a little bit. I think I can fix that, but I don't want to do it by myself. I'm gonna need somebody to help me move the logs.
Ooh.
So, yeah. But anyways, super exciting. So just in time, 2 weeks, Techno Series round 4. What else is going on? Oh, we're gonna have Nitro Pro servos here, hopefully this week sometime. So I got the JTP servos, and I got a couple of their standard servos, big servos, like very powerful. And then they make a direct power crawling servo. So I ordered 2 of those. They can be ran off a 4-cell. So monster power.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, monster power. So we're getting those in. They hooked us up with a prize or 2 for the Techno Series. And
nice.
obviously I'll be reordering as we sell them. So the cool thing about the Nitro Pro servo is their return policy is kind of lenient, you could say. So it sounds like if you break a servo, or if like just a servo quits, we have the authority to just swap it out and get a new one from them.
Nice.
Which is way more lenient than others. Like Savix is like, well, sorry, get your gear set. I even tried to order gear sets, and there weren't any gear sets listed. So.
Oh, for the Nitro Pro one?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. So the 8-Skill guys will be happy. Those are the I was asked quite a bit to get Nitro Pro servos, and I finally kind of got around to it. So there's that.
Yeah.
And we'll be getting some much more stuff in soon. That's when we get done here. That's one thing I'm going to look at tonight. Probably one of their speed controllers, and they make some pretty nifty tools and stuff too. I don't know. There's I've just been working on some stuff, trying to get some stuff going. I need to get the Donathan cables too. I kind of ghosted him for a minute because we had talked at the Hoosier race, and then it feels like I never have a minute to slow down and to take a break.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that sometimes?
Oh yeah, I do.
So I don't know. I kind of just, and it's not that I put it off, but I wanted to talk to Tim because we kind of get the same stuff from other companies, and I think the Donathan stuff's better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do it. I'm gonna order it myself, not worry about it.
It's a process.
Same thing with R1. I need to get our account with R1 going with Tom. Been slacking on that too. So I want to have all that in place by the time we have our summer season kind of starting, which is coming up soon. Feels like it's coming up quick. Like I know it's only the February 1st or whatever it is, or getting close to it, but to me it feels like our spring and summer is going to come up really fast.
It always does, like
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So.
Like,
yeah.
Oh geez, now I need to start working on off-road stuff again.
My two-wheel drive's ready to go. I was going to race it Wednesday or Friday, but kind of changed my mind. Tommy wasn't there, and I ended up running my Slash instead, which was still pretty fun.
Yeah.
We can talk about that here in a minute. What time is it? Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. So, anyways, yeah, a lot going on. A lot. The crash-in is in 2 weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks. That's the last carpet race. 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks. Dude, when I don't have to set up the track every Friday, I'm going to be so happy.
I bet.
Dude, it's not that
have people been helping you at least?
On Friday?
Yeah.
Superchat. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't expect to. It because I get there, anywhere between noon and 2. I try to be done with the track by 4.
Yeah.
So I had a little help this Friday. But usually what I try to do is just draft one of our guys to come down and move stuff. So a lot of help putting it away, though, which is nice.
Yeah.
So there was one Saturday in December, the last race we had in December, everybody left, and I had to put the track away. And my family was gone for the weekend, so it was just me. That sucked. That was 2 hours. It took 2 hours to tear the track up. And then I found out later that week I had COVID, so I probably was
overdid it.
I was probably already starting to be sick.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I remember feeling just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? So, you can sign up for the ProTech race right now. It's on RC sign up. It's been on RC sign up for a while. I got to get the flyer done for that one. I just got to bug Mike Garrison because nothing really changes from last year except for the dates. And I think we're gonna add independent forward drive buggy for that race.
Oh, that'll be good.
So we'll just copy the INS classes basically.
Mm-hmm. I think more people are more likely to come in if we do that.
Yeah. The other thing I like about the ProTech race is we do the Dash for Cash for the top 3 most attended classes.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years, it's been the independent classes, which has been fun.
Yeah.
Because it's regular people, not sponsored guys, going for the 100 or whatever bucks. How much, we do a raffle, so it's basically based on how much we do in the raffle. And then the hooligan race that we did, dude, I can't wait to do that again. That was super fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I like how everybody was like trying to participate in it.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
Yeah, that ended up being a really fun idea. So completely stolen, by the way. When I steal stuff from other tracks, I usually come out and say so. I completely ripped that off from Beach RC. But I did thank him publicly on Facebook, saying, "Hey guys, I copied this from you. Thanks."
Yeah.
So there's that. That brings up another thing I want to talk about. All right, I'm in a conundrum.
Okay.
I'm in a conundrum. Here's my conundrum. The dates for the summer series. The first 4, no problem. The finals, I'm having trouble with.
Yeah.
We're hosting the TCS National Finals September 24th. So that weekend's out. We can't do it that weekend. That's our normal weekend for that race, and we can't do it this time. So the TCS race is 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I had listed the Summer Series Finals as September 30th. Well, turns out the INS race at Hoosier is that weekend.
Oh.
The Worlds are the week before that. So the Saturday, the 16th, I believe, is the two or 4-wheel drive, whichever one they're doing first or second. That'll be the main day for that. Now I want to go. I'm going to the Worlds. I am going to get on a plane, and I'm going to go down. And I want to watch, and I want to do some video and stuff for the Hobbyplex Show YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am personally going to be gone that weekend. So that leaves us with either the 2nd, which I'm not going to do because it's Labor Day weekend, but also B, it's too early to finish the summer series in my opinion. So that leaves us the 9th. Which I guess would be fine. It's more stress on me to try to like wrap up getting door prizes and stuff. Because you guys that are listening right now, I don't know if some of you people have ever ran a track before and needed door prizes, but all these companies get asked every single day for stuff. And and it's I always try to start early. Like I'm right now with the Techno series. I already sent out a whole bunch of emails. I got a couple positive responses from companies that I haven't gotten positive responses in the past from. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. But you have to like remind some of these places that that some of these companies that, hey man, we're not just like Bob's backyard race shack. You know, we're the Hobbytown Hobbyplex. We've been around for 20 years. We're getting 240 entries a month. And we also sell your stuff, you know? And so you kind of have to always kind of, it sucks, but you have to like constantly remind some of these places that we're not just, you know, some podunk, you know, backyard track somewhere. We're one of the real deals. If you look right now around the whole country, name off some indoor off-road tracks. Right?
Me? Yeah, exactly.
Try to name off some indoor off-road tracks and ones that have been around as long as us. So trackside.
Yeah, trackside.
It's
tough. A whole lot been around SDRC.
Yeah, there's a lot of turnaround. There's a lot of turnover. There's a lot of change in ownerships. There's a lot of tracks that'll just eventually fall off. I just feel like it sucks, but it's tough. But that's, you know, my number one goal is getting as much stuff for us. So I always like to have that extra week or two in September to just be like, hey, where's the stuff that you guys said you were going to send? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So the 30th would be the latest I'd want to go. Do I keep it there and just deal with it? Because in the grand scheme of things, there's going to be way more people that don't travel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And if they make the first 4, then I guess it doesn't really matter.
Right. But then they miss out on their prizes and stuff.
Well,
or their trophies.
Yeah, they'd miss out on the pictures. I know. So anyways, and I don't want to push it into October. Remember when we ran the summer series once in October? And how long that felt?
Yeah.
It's not something I want to do. So I will probably change it to the 9th.
Yeah.
Which again, it's going to finish a little early, but I guess what are you going to do? So that's okay. And actually, I think the 9th, isn't that when the world starts?
I believe so, yeah.
So, I have a picture of that. Where's that picture at? Downloads? Screenshots. Oh, it doesn't have the dates. Gosh darn it. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think I want to be there for the mains anyways, for the two. I'm going to try to go for the mains for two-wheel drive and then stay the rest of the week and watch the mains and four-wheel drive and then come home.
Yeah.
So.
But that'll be cool. I mean, I don't know. Is there going to be like a lot of, is there very many people that do that kind of thing? Like they go just to do like media coverage of the worlds?
I think
that's
so.
Kind of like your thing is just to do like one-on-ones and like maybe kind of show the workflow of like how tires are mounted and how this is a different event than like a Roar Nats even, or big trophy race or whatever for guys around here that maybe haven't experienced it from like your perspective.
Yeah,
right?
I think it'd be a cool insight. I got to make sure I can actually get access to. So there's a few people I've been meaning to email to ask if I need like a media,
a press pass,
like a press pass, or how exactly they're going to do, how exactly they're going to do that. Because like when I went to China, like they had the spectator area cordoned off completely from anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think, you know, security is one of the things that they got to list. So I'm curious to see how they do that exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how they do it at like Hobby Action, because it'd be kind of hard to segregate everybody there. But
right.
At the same time, you're not gonna. There's only going to be 100 drivers there, right?
Well, there'll be 100. There'll be 150.
150.
Yeah. So each block is allotted 25. Initially, but then the host block is usually allotted more, and I guarantee the Americans the Roar will fill it up. And Roar will probably siphon off the other blocks because a lot of times, much of the other blocks won't use up all their spots.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll probably be extra spots available, and they'll know that at a certain point. They might even make the new president, I bet you, will probably get their crap in gear and probably post, hey, we got more spots open. They probably have a waiting list already, to be honest with you.
I'm sure.
But that's usually how that works. And so I'm pretty sure it's 150 is the max. Because that's what it was in 16 when I went to China for the on-road worlds.
Yeah.
And
dude, there's gonna be so many people at Hobby Action practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there isn't already.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the control tire is gonna be.
Well, I hope it's not something stupid.
Yeah, I hope it's like what normally works there.
It has to be slicks.
Yeah.
So either Proline or J Concept slicks, I hope.
Has there ever been a Worlds with a control tire with slicks that was off-road?
No, there hasn't.
Ooh.
So, because I remember Zyming, it was, well, I was on the committee. Roar's recommendation was for J Concepts tires.
Yeah.
And they went with sweep tires. And those sweep tires were one-run tires.
Why did they go with sweeps?
And they were like the wrong compound. Like they did, it was just like, holy crap. They were like super duper crazy soft and they burned up in like 4 minutes.
Wasn't that because it rained though? And the track surface was completely different than what they were planning on racing on?
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. But barcodes were the J Concepts tire.
Yeah.
And they went
that would have been a pretty robust, stout tread pattern that would have survived a lot of runs, I think, or a few.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what the control tire is. Hopefully it better be slicks.
Well, I mean, what was the last 10 scale worlds we had was at the X-ray track, and that was the tire that they thought worked the best there, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Don't tell me. The Proline.
Wasn't it Whole Shots?
Whole Shots, yeah, with 3 ribs up front.
Yeah.
And that was the most the cars really like, because there was never like pictures of those cars at the bottom, like Spencer's car with the body off, was there? Because there was just stuff that was so different to make that car work there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Did you just get a text?
Yeah.
It's about me?
No, why?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm feeling spicy. I'm not as hardcore like Savage as Joe or any of those guys, but I'm feeling spicy tonight. I already brought up the Hobbytown thing, and now I'm bringing up the J Concepts bid thing, and from the worlds when I was on Roar, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah, you're hot stuff.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm vanilla toast. Vanilla toast. Milk toast?
You're white.
White toast?
You're just white bread.
White bread. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, here's white bread.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trying something different with my AR mangle here in the rear of my car.
Is that why you're blocking us out? You're blocking us out?
No, I'm getting texts from people that are trying to watch the show, or from a friend of mine that's trying to watch the show, and it's just funny.
Okay.
He's like, well, where do I watch it? And it's like, on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, bro.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. And it's like, this one? It's like, no, not that one.
Well, real quick, I want to talk about some Hobbyplex results. And
if this is the first time you've ever watched this episode, this one or the show, it's kind of a snoozer. Normally we're a little more lively.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I
don't know. There's a lot to discuss tonight. We have a lot of stuff going on.
We do.
We have some changes coming up to how we're gonna our profile for a little while, and
yeah.
That being said, if you're out there and you're watching and you're interested in sponsoring our show, you can get a hold of me on Facebook. Probably the easiest thing via Messenger.
Yeah.
Just know we will not bow to any sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, and it's a taste of a new generation.
Yeah. Nuprin. Little. Yellow. Different. Okay. First things first. We had Friday. We had a pretty good roundup on Friday. Again, almost 4 heats of Plex spec. We did have 4 heats of Plex spec. We had like 10 people leave, which again, I'm fine with. That doesn't bother me at all. They paid their $5 and that's all they want to do for the night. I'm cool with that. So we whittled it down to a C main. And this was one of those Fridays was pretty much nothing but Plex spec.
Nice.
So the A main of Plex, you had Salvador taking the win. So this gentleman is where I got my JRXS from. Did you see that on Facebook?
I did.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty happy.
I wish I still had that JRXS Type R.
From Jamie? Is that Jamie's?
Yeah, I did get it from Jamie.
Yeah.
He got it from Lance Leapley.
Yep.
Ooh.
Maybe it's cursed.
Maybe it was. I had it and I broke the curse, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I sold it to a guy that was trying to race it at the Plex. I wish I would have kept it. And they were like, why doesn't this thing work? And sold me junk and blah, blah. And it's like, dude, that thing was awesome. I just won like 4 club races with that thing. And then like I found out they were like driving it in front of their house, like on their driveway. I was like, oh, poor car.
Poor car.
Like, sorry, car. I need $200.
Dude, I did that once. So I had a HPI RS4. So they made a RS4 original, RS4 2, RS4 3, and then the next version was the carbon chassis one. And I was so excited to drive it that I drove it up and down my street in front of my house one time, and I brought it back in, and the whole bottom of the chassis was just annihilated. And I'm like, oh, you idiot. Why would you do this?
Yeah. I remember because I was like, when I was a kid racing RC cars, I remember there's like some older guys, like the rednecks that had come to the track to race, and it was when we were racing micros. But this was when we were racing micros at the Plex still, like on Tuesday nights, like the original ones. The original time we were racing them might have been even before I was working at Hobbytown. And they asked me like, oh, did you play with your new car or anything? Like I just gotten like that factory team RC18T. And they're like, oh, did you go play with it out inside front of your house? I was like, no, I don't really play with my cars. Like, and I was like 12 or 13, 14, something like that. Yeah. I don't really play with them.
It sucks that people think that we're stuck up when we say stuff like that. It's like I'm not stuck up. I just don't want to ruin my car.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a finely tuned racing machine right here.
Yeah.
You know. Though I did rip this thing out in front of Mikey's house in his driveway.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I've got a couple cars I run outside. I my fire team and my what's that gosh darn it, Outcast that I used in the house jump. I mean, I got cars that I can tear up outside if I feel like it.
I wish I just had like a car to beat the ever living shit out of, you know? I kind of want to get like a Traxxas like Trax or something. I don't know which one, like one of the big ones or something, just to take camping and just beat up.
Yeah.
I took like the last time we went camping, I took my 8 scale just to run it around the campgrounds in the grass to break the drivetrain in it. And I ran like 10 packs through it. And I was like like jumping it over because like the where we were at, the spots where you park your campers were all like raised up.
Yeah.
And I was like jumping the pavement part of it and landed it in the grass. And it was fine, I didn't hurt it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, like so many people were coming over to check that thing out.
Yeah.
Like that's what RC cars are for.
I sold 3 Traxxas Maxes yesterday to the same people for camping this spring.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get something just to beat up. I think my next goal.
Yeah. Associated makes a couple.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I'll probably. What is it? I don't know. It's the Rival series, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll get one of those probably.
So Sal Salvador got the win. That's where I got my JRXS from. So, pretty stoked to have that. I found a body of mine that fit, that the holes were perfect. They must have been used on when I had my car.
Yeah.
So, I was kind of done buying cars. At least I was telling myself I was. And then stuff like this comes along. And I'm like, God damn it. Okay. Just don't tell my wife.
Yeah. Gotta have one of those.
I know.
I wish I still had mine. Like, even though I'm not like a Losi fanboy, I just happened into that.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of wish I still had it.
So yeah, so I've got a JRXS, a Triple XS Graphite Edition, and a TC3.
Yeah.
Now, so. Okay, back to results. Paul Yoder got second. Josh Basil was third. Steve Soper fourth. Leo Salvador, Sal's kid, was fifth. Daniel Lewis was sixth. Jacob Yoder seventh, and Darren Blair didn't make the main. I think they were having problems with his in his last qualifier. Still made the main. Finished eighth. Then we had a very small kind of mixed bag class. So it was Kyle Sawyer running a stadium truck, me and Nick Chestnut running slashes, and then Sal was going to run his EB410, but he must have broke it or something. He said he was out. So for the first 2 races, me and Nick were kind of treating Slash like always, just running into each other and stuff. But for the last one, I was like, I kind of want to see if I can hang with Kyle in a stadium truck. So Kyle and I actually had a really good race, but obviously he's running a stadium truck meant for racing, so he kind of pulled away at the end.
Yeah.
Still was a lot of fun though. And dude, I hadn't driven my Slash in like 6 months. So the rear tires were hard as a rock when I went out there. So the first qualifier, I was just looping out everywhere. So the second qualifier, I put some PB blaster on the tires.
Yeah.
And let it sit on it for like a half hour. And I went out there, and then all of a sudden, truck was really good again. But I had not touched. There's no reason to maintenance a Slash. So those shocks are probably like totally just gone.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna mess with it because it's a Slash.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. But it was fun though. It still was fun.
More dirt and air than
More
oil.
Dirt. Yeah, exactly. Maybe when Emerson gets done,
you got a little oil in your dirt.
Maybe when Emerson gets done painting my body, I have a Slash body clear that he's got all masked off and ready to paint my paint scheme. So maybe when I actually get my paint scheme on my truck, maybe I will.
That'd be cool.
Then there was a buggy class, and Kyle won that one too. Alex Eichler finished on the same lap. They were only 14 seconds apart. And that was it. That was Friday. So previous week, we had a couple of heats of e-truggy and e-buggy. We had a big heat of stock buggy. This week, not so much, but that's fine because we had 3 heats, 3 mains of Plex spec, full mains too. So it was fun. Saturday, I really didn't know what to expect with the syndicate being over and just doing this triple scoop. We're just racing for ice cream, so it's not even like, it's more like just a club race, kind of a normal club race. I tried to make a simple layout on the track, and it ended up being like one of our most technical, difficult ones of the whole year. So kind of felt kind of dumb. But whatever. It was still fun. I was going to race truck. Emerson was going to race truck. Emerson didn't race truck, and my truck I'm probably going to put on eBay tonight. I went to go put electronics in it. Emerson blew up a speed controller of mine about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was the speed controller I was going to use. And I don't want to buy any more electronics right now. So I just sort of held off.
Yeah.
So, but we still had 6 trucks. So
that's pretty good.
And maybe Emerson will get his running next week.
There's mine.
There's yours.
It's gonna sit there forever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll build another one before I race that one again. That one's the national champ right there.
Well,
same transponder.
Honestly,
I took the battery out of it.
Even though I'm going to try a different dirt car, that's why I'm not going to get rid of my B64 that I have now.
Yeah.
Because that's last year. So year-wise, I can go back to my racing year by year, and I can tell you whether or not it was a bad year or a good year.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 5 years, there's been more bad years than good years, right? Last year was a good year, so I'm keeping that car because it was a good year car. You know, if it was a bad year, I would have, might have eBayed it already or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I'm keeping my car too. Okay, Plex Spec, real quick. Jamie Peevler got a TQ and a win. And Ryan Nemec was second. Miguel Carrion was third. The Carrions had a good weekend. Actually, we'll get to them in a minute. Isabella McMullen was fourth. Brandon Farnham was fifth. And Jamison Conrad was sixth. We had a B main, but they were kind of... Everybody was so spread out pace-wise that I decided to have a B main and only bump one so that the A main wasn't a 9-car jumbly mess. I was more interested in the corner marshals than anything else. Okay, Stadium Truck. You had Andrew Thomas getting the win. Andrew had a really good day as well. Jake Poteet was second. TJ Williams was third. Austin Fuchs came out and raced.
That's awesome.
Finished
bought
fourth.
He bought that car from Jake Poteet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He was like, he asked me before he bought it. He was like, I don't really know this guy. I was like, oh yeah, I'd buy that car from Jacob. Jake's a good guy.
Yeah.
Of course. He's not gonna sell junk.
Exactly. Chris Heide was fifth and Alex Eichler was sixth. He broke out. Alex is doing pretty good with this truck. It's pretty cool seeing him race.
Nice.
Expert stock. You had Andrew Thomas with another win. Corey Tannehill with a great finish. Finished second. David Peevler was third. Dalton Conrad up to fourth from the bump spot. Josh McMullen fifth. TJ Williams dropped down to sixth. Andrew Horniman was seventh, and Connor Hausch was eighth. Mod two-wheel. Let's see. Riley Filbert got the TQ and win. I finished second. Mitchell Pavel was third. Bender was fourth. I got to say, I mean, if you look at fast lap between all four of us, dude, Bender had a 12.7. I had a 12.6. Mitchell had a 12.7, and Riley had a 12.5. And we were super close.
Oh, yeah.
I made a couple mistakes. Riley led the whole way. I fell back down to, at one point I was fourth. Got back up to second. I kind of chased him down a little bit. I was pretty proud of myself. And then I crashed right at the end, and you can't do that. There's just not enough time to get you back up. So,
yeah,
Riley, I think his percentage was up there in the 95s. He had a crash or two too, but he had such a lead it didn't matter. So, good stuff in mod. Even though I didn't want to race two-wheel, I did, and it was actually kind of fun. So I'm glad I did.
Those races are what makes it fun.
Yeah, I know. I still said the F word on the driver's stand, though. I got to stop doing that.
Yeah, it's like your finishing move, you know?
I'm going to get yelled at again next race I go to.
If you're a professional wrestler, that would be your finishing move.
Not at the end. I didn't do it out of like, blankety blank, I lost. It wasn't like that. It was I crashed, and I was like, blank.
Yeah.
That's all. So
yeah, it's so intense.
It is intense. I gotta stop doing that though. I just gotta say, damn it.
Yeah.
Or what did we used to say?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Yeah, that's you and Scott, right?
R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
13.5 4-wheel drive. Andrew Thomas was with his third win of the day. He went 1.
Really?
Yeah, he won all three classes.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. David Peevler was second. Ronnie Wint with a great finish, third. Connor Hausch, Josh McMullen, Anthony Santi, Chris Haida, and Anton Carrion qualified fifth, finished eighth, but he did pretty good. That was, I think, one of his better days. I did win Mini.
Yeah?
I got my Mini working again. I had a broken servo. and a broken steering rack. Got my steering rack fixed last week. Realized I had a broken servo. Fixed it Saturday and took the win in Mini. John Haas was second. Anthony Santi third. Then Dylan Haas, Roger A, Nemec, Ryan Nemec, and then the other guys didn't race. And then finally, independent buggy. Connor Hausch got a great TQ and win. Jana Peevler also qualified second, finished second. Kenny Danley from the bump spot all the way up to third.
Really?
Yep. Jake Poteet was fourth. Anton Carrion again was fifth. Ronnie Went, Josh McMullen, and Dylan Haas. And Dylan Haas got the bump as well. So big jumbled mess from second down to about fifth in the graph on Live RC. So otherwise, pretty good day. Sunday was an open track day. We were busy in the store and had some people running down there, but it's cold. So I was curious to see how many people actually came tonight. Didn't look like there was much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a race weekend at the Hobbyplex for the end of January. Moving on now to February. Let's get into the comments real fast. And while I'm doing that, you know what I don't like about my Patreon, the Patreon app, is that it doesn't let you list. I'm trying to find all my patrons, all of our patrons, and it doesn't really let me see them. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Dude, I have like 4 race days on these tires at Racing Oval, and they still got like tread on them.
Well, that's good.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I thought they were getting kind of low, but they're like perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to start wrangling up all my tires for
ProTech race?
Just for our entire spring, just for spring.
Yeah.
Got a lot of slicks still.
Yeah.
And still got a lot of golds that I can get going.
Yeah. I just kind of order a set of smoothies like every time I make an order.
Mm-hmm.
And because and I think I have like 4 sets just kind of stockpiled right now. And I was kind of saving them for the Need for Speed race, but I don't think I'm gonna need them now.
Yeah,
so
we'll have to
I
wait.
have tires I'm glad I didn't like get a whole bunch of tires and plan on like 1 running tires down there, or 2 run or whatever,
I'm thinking about going to the March Madness race at Fastlane on the 11th.
Yeah,
because it's just a regular club race up here, and I think I might be able to find somebody to run that. So I might need to get some silver ellipses.
Is that what works down there? Like they still run treads?
Yeah, it looked on all the pictures I saw from the jam. It everybody was on tread still.
The last time I was down there was for the invite race, and it was like once your tires went to slicks, that's when you had grip. So maybe nobody was ballsy enough to try him. I don't know.
Gibson had tread.
He did.
Yeah, he won the whole thing.
He would have had slicks on then. He's good at reading when you need to do that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay. Comments. We had John Haas, Peter, and Mark Schmidt. They were the first ones on here saying, "What's up?" Did Will get an upgrade? His picture and sound is much better.
Oh, thank you. No, I didn't, but thanks. I appreciate it.
You must just have good internet tonight.
Yeah. I moved the rabbit ears around a little bit before I came downstairs. So.
Yeah. Darryl Wallen says Sticky Kicks doesn't freeze. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Nuthouse on here. Steve RC's on here. Steve says I talked about Emerson on the Family Friday stream. I did, actually. I can't help it. I can't help myself. I know I'm not supposed to. I've been asked not to.
Well, you're like proud of him or something.
I am kind of. I'm proud of him in the fact. Of? Well, it's just like, again, I wasn't cool, so I I didn't have a girl over to my house until I was like 20.
Yeah.
I had her name was April. I brought her over and had her meet my mom, and my mom's like, I don't like her. Like, oh, well, I'm never gonna bring a girl here ever again then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, I never did that. Like pretty much the last 3 women I had meet my parents were the last 3 serious relationships I was ever in.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Like I think there's like one time I had a high school girlfriend meet my dad, and that was it.
I loved it when my dad met Gretchen.
Yeah.
Because, again, you're somebody who is very awkward. Because you got to think, okay, so I'm 5'10" now, 5'10 and a half.
Yeah, I wish I was that tall.
Okay, pretty much up until maybe my senior year, I was short. I weighed the exact same. Well, not the exact same now, but I weighed like 220, and I was like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know, so it just didn't. I was not cool. I don't know how else to explain it. But when we met my dad at an Applebee's, and my dad was on, he's still working, still traveling for a living or whatever, and when he saw Gretchen, he was probably like, "Good job, son." It's kind of like how I felt the other night, because I'm not gonna say anything weird. It'll get weird, but I just know my dad, and I'm sure my dad probably thought the same way I did the other night. I was like, "Oh, nice."
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably. My dad gave me a good job a couple of times.
Good job, son. Okay. Off this subject, we'll move on to something else. Peter Renault says, dads always make it weird, but that's their job. That's true. Would a brushless 3S Typhon be competitive for Family Fridays over a Slash? And I actually like this question because I actually like the Typhon for Plex Spec a lot. But just the 2 and 3S versions, not the 6S version.
Yeah.
Because it's plastic chassis, same length as a Centon, but it has 17 millimeter hubs, and you can get the pre-mounted 8-scale tires for it. So I like the Typhon a lot. Over a Slash, I would actually probably give it a thumbs up over a Slash. But you got to run a 2-cell battery. That's the only real rule we have in Plex Spec, other than 10-scale, 2-cell LiPo. Those are the 2 rules for that. Here's one from Steve RC. What do you guys think about INS and the NCTS now requiring being at the final race to get awards in addition to the other required numbers? What do you think?
I think it's a good thing because it kind of puts emphasis on going to the last one, and then everybody's there for photos, and, it kind of makes the last one a bigger deal because, like, the highest entry one was the Hoosier one, right?
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And that was the second to last one. So you kind of want the last one to be the big one, right? Where you're getting to see all your friends and everything. You don't want to be like, here I am,
Well, at least be the one where all the people that are concerned about points are there.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird not having Dakota there to claim his first place prize this last season.
Yeah.
But
wasn't he racing something else? Wasn't he racing 8-scale? Like, it wasn't that he just wasn't there. Like, wasn't there like another race he was at instead of that one? So, or maybe another one the next weekend.
It was the carpet race in Cleveland, wasn't it?
Okay. Well, yeah. No, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was there, and it's not like he wasn't racing, but so that'll kind of make it so that one doesn't get scheduled on other races, I'm sure. Right? or at least an attempt.
Maybe.
Or no, there's a big race every weekend now.
There's a big race every weekend. I think Scotty has to basically schedule that race back to back, because that's how long he's got that hotel for. You know.
No, you're totally right. I meant like probably the INS guys will have to move around, or they'll have to have that. Is it the Snowbirds? Like it's the weekend after Snowbirds.
Snowbirds is this coming up weekend.
Which one? The Cleveland Indoor Nats then? Is that the? Okay, so they just have the on-road one, then the off-road one. So are those back-to-back weekends, or is that like?
It's Thanksgiving weekend followed by the next weekend.
Yeah.
So
the problem is Thanksgiving weekend is probably the only time you can get that venue.
Yeah, and the other problem is the Top Gun race is usually the second weekend of December. So the INS race kind of has to fit there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we got a year to think about it.
Yeah. Well, they've already scheduled it, so.
Oh. Right.
The INS race is already scheduled. I don't know about the Cleveland race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't require it for the summer series because it's not that big of I mean, it's a big deal for us, but I understand if somebody can't make it, but they made the first four and have done well enough to place where they need to place. But yeah, for that thing, I kind of agree with that. Jackson just said something that it's like it sounds like a member of government. I got something in the works for a product for 8 scale I'm developing, but keeping it hush hush until I get a prototype made and developed.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm not going to say anything.
What's that? There's a Tom Segura bit where he's got like a cousin or something that claims he's an inventor, but he just has ideas.
Yeah, he actually has this. His thing he's thinking of is actually a really good idea.
Good.
So
I'm proud of him.
I am too.
I saw Jackson got posted in a Shell Racing promotional post because he got the battery straps and sent a picture in.
Nice.
Jackson says all of his tires were on the track for last year's Hooligan race.
Oh yeah, because I took the whole container and just dumped them out.
And then the people chucking the tires at the car, getting them to crash. I thought that was pretty freaking funny.
Yeah.
We need to make like a shooter. Oh, gel blaster.
Gel blaster.
The gel blaster. We could fire a gel blaster at the cars.
Yeah.
In the air. Cool. That'd be we just got to make sure we don't hit anybody.
Dude, those things hurt.
They do hurt. I know.
Like I remember was it when they first had those in the store, they're like we were shooting them around and stuff, and I was like, those things hurt, and they're like, yeah, they do. I was like, no way.
Hold out your arm.
Like, I was like, desk pop, bam, like right into the palm of my hand. I was like,
Jackson says NDRC's been around for a while, but with different owners. Yeah, so NDRC World, Mike's RC, or Mike's Hobby Shop. Not Mike's in Dallas, but the other one in Houston. That one's been around for a long time. That place is kind of like us. Of course, Thornhill, they've been around for a long time, been indoor for several years now. I didn't mean to say that we're the creme de la creme of indoor tracks in the country. I just meant to say that we've been around for a while and we're established and we're not,
there's not a lot of indoor tracks. Like what we have, a lot of people don't realize what we have in Omaha isn't the norm. It isn't, you don't just get an RC car and you get to go run on a sweet, awesome indoor facility with, a place to charge your car and a place to sit. It's not what everybody's got. We're spoiled.
It's almost like there are some regional powerhouses. So take Trackside, for instance. I think their area, they've been there established for a long time. Let's see, RC Excitement's another one, and that's Northeast.
Yeah.
Beach RC, you could say, kind of takes care of the whole.
Oh yeah, Beach RC. Yep, I forgot about them.
Kind of Carolinas and stuff, and Of course, Hoosier, I think now fits a need, for that general, I guess they call themselves the Midwest, but, area, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. Smack Track kind of takes care of that side of Missouri. Fastlane kind of takes care of their side of Missouri,
Right.
Is
they're like 5 hours away from each other.
Yeah, exactly. So there's still regional. There's not as many. Like for a little while you had 2 tracks in Kansas City.
Yeah.
For a while you had. We've never had 2 dirt tracks at once here, but
no. But there was when there was a dirt track in Des Moines.
Yeah, that exactly.
I mean that was kind of our other track we went to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like 3 hours away from me and then like 2 hours away from you. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Going down. Question for Will. Do you think that the original smoothies for truck will work at the Plex?
The original smoothies?
The 60 mil ones?
Oh.
The compound's different.
You said for truck, though.
Oh, really? They made smoothies original for truck?
I don't remember those.
Yeah, I don't remember those either.
I think so in Gold Compound, because they had smoothies and then they had what was the other one? Octagons were the next tire.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it.
Octagons are a cool tire. They should make two versions of those, because Primes still work pretty good for people.
I have actually they're unopened. But I never had a reason to open them. And I never opened these. These are Gold Compound Octagons. Should I open them so people can see what the tread pattern looks like?
Sure.
Or should I leave them sealed?
You should leave them sealed.
Yeah.
It's a treasure.
Yeah. If you go to jconcepts.net if you want to if you want to look up the Octagon tread pattern.
Yeah.
They did have the original they probably won't work as well as the new ones, and the reason is the carcass was so thick on those ones.
Well, also didn't the compound change slightly too? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they wouldn't.
Those ones are Gold Compound, and the whole reason why you run like Silver Compound over Gold is the silver just works way better, like in a slick, tire condition. So, like the Golds almost have too much grip, and they just like your car's really darty with them on. And the smoothies and Silver Compound, they kind of balance the car out, and it's like smoother grip, so they just work better. I don't know.
Status. There's somebody named Status on here. Says Will looks way better turning left. That's his pretty side. Toe on the trigger says noob question. What is Plex Spec? Plex Spec is our beginner class. Long time ago, I didn't want to call novice drivers novice, and I didn't want to confuse it with anything. So we came up with kind of a brand name for it. It's Plex Spec. The only requirements are to show up and 2-cell LiPo max, and it's got to be a 10-scale car. Other than that, don't care. We're almost at the end here. Do you think slicks will be better than golds this summer and spring? Yeah, I think now that we all know how to do it, I don't think we'll be going back to tread.
And I kind of like the whole slick tire thing at the Plex right now. Like, it's easy. Like, you just mount them up and run them.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, you don't have to mess with the inserts a whole lot or at all. I just, I don't even modify the inserts or anything in mine.
No.
Because they break in quicker because you have so much more traction with those that the insert kind of breaks down a little bit more or quicker. Yep.
So. That's it. That's all the comments. So I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, next week's our normal break. So there won't be one next week. I would recommend, if you haven't done so yet, find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page. Let me see if I can find it here. So I have It's just the where is it? Oh, just the Hobbyplex Show YouTube channel and podcast on Facebook, and I will be posting our schedule, basically. I am going to try to do some more after-hour shows to kind of fill in. I'll find some stuff to work on. And probably Wednesday or Thursday nights on that one. And I'm going to try to run down our Patreon members. It may list people that aren't Patreon members anymore, but I wanted to give a shout out to our Patreons members. So Jason Haley just repledged in January. Ben Huffstutler was. He's been out of RC for a little bit. Mark Schmidt, Eric Wunschel, they renew as of December. Let's see. See if I can scroll down here. This is going to be hard because it's Tom Baker was, Eric Jarman was. Let's see, Kevin Lesack. Doesn't give me. I'm pretty butthurt. It doesn't give you a list, but Nathan Natal. I've chatted with him, and that's actually where I got Emerson's truck from. He's the guy that traded my Schumacher for a stadium truck last year when I asked. So.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's cool.
He had posted that he's been kind of keeping me up to date on how he's doing with it.
Yeah.
Of course, Nick Nuthouse, Steve Eichler. They've been longtime Patreon members now. Corey Klabundi. Chris Nelson, Nick Sneathen, Ben Dinger. Ben Dinger got us a new computer for the carpet track too, which is great. And so we really appreciate that. That thing's super fast. It's so much better than the computer Tim had. Tim was using a computer from like 1995 to run races on the carpet.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God, dude. I wanted to pull my hair out every single time that we ran a race.
They have a full start on it still?
Yeah, basically. Let's see. Will Larson. Scroll down here. There was another one, too, and I think Peter Renault, of course. I think I already mentioned him. Where's that guy? He just did it just recently. In December. And before we leave, I don't want to forget him because he also bought a year pass for the track. Yeah, he also bought a year pass for the track.
Hell yeah.
But I don't see his name on here. Huh.
I need to get the different front scoopy thing for my car, like so it just isn't that flat piece of plastic. You know what I mean?
Different front scoopy thing.
Well, they have them like the guys are running them, and it's like another like piece of scoopy thing that goes underneath here. Like not so much here or here, but right here, and it goes like under. It's almost like a double front wing.
Yeah.
Mine's like a dam. So.
All right. Well, if I didn't mention you and your Patreon member, I'm sorry, but again, that's gonna become more important than ever. So just hang in there. We're working on stuff. It's a busy life going on right now.
If anybody watching knows what front scoopy thing I need, please message me. I just don't know what it is. I don't know enough about it. I've only raced 3 times, so.
Yeah, we probably have it in stock.
You do?
Probably.
At the Plex Arena?
Yeah, there's always guys coming up there getting wings for their custom works cars.
It's not a wing. It's a part of the body works that guys are running. It it closes all this stuff.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Okay, yeah, message me.
It's one of the front ends that Custom Works makes. There's a couple different ones.
Really? And a new tail too. Yeah. My tail's all haggard.
All right, we better go.
All right.
Appreciate you guys, and again, we'll let you know, and we'll be back sometime in February.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.